Big story that we are breaking at this hour. Now, Swadeshi Jagran Manch, the economic wing of the RSS, has written a letter to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi raising concerns over the proposed Chinese investments in India. Ronojoy Banerjee joins us with these exclusive details. Ron, good to have you on the show. Now, of course, the diplomatic relations with China have been rocky. What is the economic angle to this?
Well, very interestingly, Nisha, even once you sort of go through the letter, the first impression is that are they trying to build a sort of a correlation with what's happening geopolitically in the India-Sikkim-Bhutan border? Is this a reaction to that? But actually, it's not. They have not even mentioned the standoff at the borders. What their argument is purely economic in nature. What they are saying is that the kind of Chinese investments that are coming into India is making the domestic industry somewhat uncompetitive. And they've given two examples, one of which is SAIC. Remember, SAIC is the joint venture partner of General Motors, and very recently they have announced that they will be buying out GM's Halol unit in India, and they will be operating out of that. And the other investments that they have raised concerns over is the one which has been made by China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation. So this is essentially a state-owned company that produces coaches. They are going to be setting up a facility in Nagpur, and already you have got commitments from the state of Gujarat, state of West Bengal, where they've said that they will be buying coaches from there. Swadeshi Jagran Manch says that is unfair, especially at a time when you need to see it in the context of how Indian companies are treated in China, where they say the Chinese policy in China is marked by absolute opaqueness. In fact, regularly the Chinese government undermines Indian companies wanting to operate out of China, because many of the Indian IT companies, for instance, are disallowed from participating in government contracts or on some of the government projects. And they are wondering why on earth should then we give Chinese companies, especially state-owned companies, access to our government projects, which is what they have raised. They also say that this whole argument that Chinese investments in India will be creating jobs is farce, because they say that according to records and history that we have seen, mostly these Chinese companies will be recruiting local Chinese from China. They will be brought into India, and even the contractors they'll be using will come in from China. So therefore, net-net, India gains nothing. It's just that India is going to become even more dependent on China when it comes to imports, and that cannot be good for a country like ours when we are trying to sort of realign the trade deficit that we have with them. So they've sought immediate termination of some of the investment announcement that they have made, especially the one that China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation has made, Nisha.